Welcome everyone. This is our MRS21 Fall 2021 Midterm Review Part 2. Please make sure you catch the first video and all the other videos to cover our review for our midterm. And again, I hope it's helpful. If you find it helpful, please give it a like and leave comments. All right, let me know how I'm doing. All right. So, question number 6: what is the coefficient for x squared when 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus 7x plus 5 is multiplied by 8x minus 4? This is a weird question because, like, what does it mean, coefficient of for x squared? Well, after you multiply everything, what's that number multiplying the x squared term? That's what we're looking for. So we're going to multiply, and we multiply usually, especially with a large polynomial. I like using box method. Okay, some guys like box method. Yeah, box method. It organizes all my information a little nicer. My handwriting is not the best, so anything that helps it more organized is probably the best thing to do. So I put 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus 7x plus 5. On the side, I have 8x and minus 4. So we're definitely multiplying here. So we're going to multiply 8x times each of the top term numbers. So we have 24x to the fourth. And then next one, 8x times 2x squared is going to be 16x cubed. And then 8x times negative 7x is negative 56x. And 8x times 5 is plus 40x. Now, we multiply negative 4 with all the top terms of the polynomial. So 4 times 3x, negative 4 times 3x cubed is going to be negative 12x to the third. Negative 4 times 2x squared is negative 8x squared. Negative 4 times 7x, negative 7x is positive 28x. And negative 4 times 5 is going to be negative 20. We have now the question is, do I need to combine everything? And the answer is no, because we're looking for the coefficient of x squared, and the coefficient of x squared can be found. Oops, not this should be x squared. Apologize for that. Forgot to put the x squared there. So yes, otherwise, that would not be it though. So this is x squared, and this is x squared. All right. And again, you got to be very careful. Make sure you put all your exponents in proper place. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those negative 56x squared and the negative 8x squared, and we're going to add them together. Because when we multiply with box method, we find all those boxes here, those little small products, and add them together to find the total amount. And so negative 56 plus negative 8 is negative 64x squared. But the coefficient is just the number multiplying x squared. Therefore, the answer should be choice B, negative 64. Number 7. Which of the following is the equation of a parabola of the vertex negative 4, 5? Now, you could, if you want to, use your graphing calculator and graph all of them and see which one has the vertex of negative 4, 5. That's fine. However, probably the more efficient way, of course, definitely need to know, is knowing the vertex form of a parabola. So we can fit the word parabola back here. Okay. And the vertex form parabola is y is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k, where h comma k is the vertex, which we have, right? And so that would mean that the negative 4 is h and the 5 is k. So we're just going to plug into our formula here. So now notice that all these a values are 3, so we don't have to worry about that. So it'll be y is equal to 3. Now, where did the 3 come from? Well, it was kind of given to all of them. So, but really using the vertex form, we're just going to focus on the h and k values. So x minus, now, negative 4, because that's the h value, squared, plus k value, which is 5. We're not replacing y and x. We're replacing h and k. Right? So be very careful at this. So we see here at the very end plus 5. automatically cannot be this one or this one because those are minus 5s. When we simplify the x minus -4, we get y is equal to 3 times x plus 4, because we subtract negative, same as adding a positive. And therefore, the one that looks like y equals 3 times x plus 4 close squared plus 5 is going to be choice C. Now, some of you might worry, but what if I don't know don't know the a value? Well, if you need to know the a value, it will be provided for you, or in this case, you have to solve for it. But in this case, we just have the vertex, and we're just kind of plugging in this case. So you're looking for the h and k values. That's the key thing. Simplify 3ai to the 5th times 7bi to the 8th minus 6ai to the 11th. Okay. So we're going to distribute like we normally would using these rainbows here. And so we have 3ai to the 5th times 7bi to the 8th plus 3ai to the 5th times, oops, not plus, it should be minus. Ooh, big mistake there. Gotta be careful about writing these out. Ladies and gentlemen, on your test, be super careful because sometimes you might be a little tired. All right, so double check, look back. So we're going to multiply here. Now, the 3 times 7 gives us 21. And a times b is just ab. And I to the 5th times I to the 8th, well, we multiply two numbers, same base, we keep the base, and we add exponents. Same thing here. 3 times 6, well, negative 6 is negative 18. A times a is a squared. And then I to the 5th times I to the 11th is I to the 16th power. But we don't have anything that looks like this. We have definitely, 21ab, 21abi, I guess, and so the question is going to be, well, which one is it? Well, here's the thing. I to the 13th can be found by taking when we want to find out what the simplified exponent is going to be, we take the exponent and divide by 4. All right, so 3 and then 12, and then what we use is the remainder 1. So I to the 13th is equal to I to the first power. So we get 21ab times I to the first power. Okay. And now I to the 16th, we do the same thing. I to the 16th, 4 goes to 16, 4 times remainder of 0. That means the same thing as I to the 4th power, which is equal to 1. So we have negative 18 times a squared times 1, or just negative 18a squared plus 21abi. So it looks like that would be, in this case, choice A. Right? So just keep in mind that if the remainder is 0, it seems I to the 4th, and you have to know in this case, remember, I to the first power is just I to the second power is negative 1, I to the third power equals negative I, and I to the fourth power equals positive 1. Just make sure you have that, in knowledge-wise so that you know how to find this now and use your remainders, okay? Which of the following has the roots of 3 plus square root of 5 and 3 minus square root of 5? Well, here we are going to use the sum and product of the roots. So the sum of the roots, which is negative b over a, please make sure you memorize that formula, is just 3 plus square root of 5 plus 3 minus square root of 5, which is just going to be 6 because these cancel out. So negative b over a equals 6 over 1. Yeah, any number, when you have an integer, rise a fraction is that number over 1. Now, the product of the roots is equal to c over a. So when we multiply 3 plus square root of 5 times 3 minus square root of 5, which you can actually type in your calculator and it'll multiply for you. Well, if you don't have a calculator to do that, no, just multiply 3 times 3 is 9. Yes, 3 is 9. 3 times negative square root of 5 is negative 3 square root of 5. Square root of 5 times 3 is plus 3 square root of 5. And negative square root of 5 times positive square root of 5 is negative square root of 25. Now, these two middle terms will cancel each other out. And we're left with 9, and this 9 minus square root of 25 is really 9 minus 5, which is 4. So that means C over A equals 4 over 1. So now we kind of play the matching game in this case. We know A is equal to 1 because, you know, they're both the same. A equals 1. C equals 4. So that means that if C equals positive 4, we cannot have choice A or B. Which means in this case, now we got to find, in this situation here, if negative B equals 6. Let me write this down here. If negative B equals 6, that means positive B equals negative 6. So we're looking for now, for choice C and D, the B value to be negative 6 here, and that's going to be choice C here. Okay, and again, like what's A, B, and C? It's the whole thing with ax squared plus bx plus c we've seen before. Okay. Number 10, what is the value of c if one root of the equation of 2x squared minus 5x plus c equals 0 is 2.5? Now, one method of doing this is just plugging in the root. This is x value. So we're going to plug in here 2 times 2.5 squared plus 5 times 2.5 plus c equals 0. And we're going to try to solve for c. So 2.5 times 2.5, I believe, is 6.25, right? So 2 times 6.25. And multiply 6.25 by 2, you get 12.5. Now, oh, that's a minus. Oops. Again, you got to be super careful. That's a minus here, ladies and gentlemen. I thought it was a plus. We're very bad. So 5 times 2.5 is, wait a minute, 12.5. That means 12.5 minus 12.5 plus c equals 0. This cancels out. That means c just equals 0. That's weird. Although that is the correct answer. And that's, when we're given the roots for an equation, we can plug that number for x and solve for whatever's left over. Okay? All right, everybody. This is going to be the end of our MRS21 Fall 2021 Midterm Review Part 2. And I hope you guys found helpful. If you could, please leave a comment, or like let me know how things how this is going. If you have questions, or even if I made mistakes, which happened, hopefully correcting them. And then also in this case, of any videos you'd like to see later on. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have watched this far, please give a like. Truly appreciate it and all. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. All right, see you next video. Take care. Be safe.